Hey guys, what's going on? This is Dr. Matt Winning at winningstrength.com. Today's video, I wanted to talk about Jeffrey Capes. Now, for a lot of you younger guys, you may not know who Jeffrey Capes is. Jeffrey Capes was an amazing world's strongest man. He was also one of the greatest throwers to ever exist, especially from the UK. He was born in 1949. He just died October 23rd of 2024. And he stood at 6'5" and 375 pounds. So this was a big dude. Okay. His shot put career was fairly long, 1974 to around 1980. Multiple European titles in Rome, Munich, Vienna, and more. Competed in 3 Olympic Games and still holds the British record at 71 feet 2 inches in the shot put. So think about that. This dude's doing that in the 70s. Is just unbelievable. I think one of the coolest things that we can talk to about his shot putting career is that he actually competed in the 1980 Moscow Games, which was boycotted by the UK. He actually lost his job as a police officer for doing this. I don't know if it was because of political matters or what happened, but long story short is he lost a career on it. But it's amazing that he was a Westerner that was allowed to compete in the 1980 Moscow Games. So that forced him to a departure from his police force work. But that kind of starts his process into the world's strongest man. So for a lot of people that don't know, he won World's Strongest Man in 1983 and 1985, right at the height of about when Bill Kazmaier was hammering it out as well. So Jeffrey Capes and Bill Kazmaier had some amazing battles in the World's Strongest Man in the early 80s. What I find really interesting is that he was also World Muscle Power Classic 2-time champion, which I believe was another type of a strongman event. And then he was a Highland Games 6-time world champion with multiple world records. So think about that. He's really good at World's Strongest Man. He's obviously pretty good at this World Muscle Power Classic. And then he's also a 6-time world champion in the Highland Games with Olympic level shot put ability all in the 70s. To me, this makes him one of, if not the most rounded athlete ever in World's Strongest Man. Because for me, I don't remember that there's another World's Strongest Man person that has been in multiple sports at an Olympic level. And to still hold a British record at 71 feet, 2 inches in the shot put is nearly unbelievable. So this video is basically a rest in peace video. It's another person that I watched growing up in the 80s as a kid going, wow, it'd be really awesome to be as strong as he was. I think that a lot of times the newer school lifters today need to understand a little bit more about their history. And Jeffrey Capes is definitely one of those guys that we have to keep in mind. And like I said, one of the most impressive things I think about his career is the fact that he went and competed in Moscow when we were at the height of the Cold War, and it even cost him a job to be able to do that. And I think that's very admirable, especially in a sport that, in 5-10 years people completely forget. But it falls along the same lines as kind of like what people were talking about, like me with powerlifting and how, why would you give up all this stuff to be really good at something where nobody remembers your name? Well, I mean, nobody really remembers Jeff Capes. And I just told you how impressive he was and how many records he had. So again, I think what you have to understand is follow what you want out of your life, because at the end of the day, average people are not going to understand your journey and what you do. And so when it's all said and done, you got to be happy with the way you spent your time. I think Jeffrey Capes had a lot of great things to look back on and a lot of great things to be proud of. So talk to you guys soon. Visit winningstrength.com and have a great day.